I can make you put your phone down, leave it at the crib, guarantee you wouldn't miss it. I could make you put your phone down, and it wouldn't leave your pocket. I can make you put your phone down.
Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning to all of you. Welcome again to another One Saturday Morning. We are in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Like it or not, it's going down next.
I can make you put your phone down. 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 I'm still a fan even though it's salty. Hate to see you with some other, but know you happy. Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving. I'm so mature. It got me a therapist to tell me there's other men I ain't doing one night. I just want you. If I can't have you, no one should. I might, but it's not the best idea. His new girlfriend's next. How I get here. I like my ex. I still love him though. Rather be in jail than alone.
Y'all stay tuned. Like it or not, it's coming up next, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, a real life-ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. He's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, scheming, trying to find the meaning of life. Why the feds keeps us in strife. I'm your DJ. I really don't need no introduction right now, but you know what? I stay dropping them jams. Y'all know who I am. Good hope, dad jokes, culture-ish, politics. What you're hearing right now was the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I graduated to a plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. 8 p.m. Friday, you know how we do. Let's go. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Let's start this damn show. Let's go.
Like It or Not starts now.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Like It or Not. Well, we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it.
Yes, we do have Benjamin P. Dixon here with us today. He is just audio, so that's not the voice of Jesus. It's the voice of Ben. It is not the voice of Jesus Cristo. Jesus Christ. That is Jesus. Benjamin Pernell Dixon. So we're all here, guys. The family is here. We have a lot of news to cover today, but we have a special announcement. And before I run my mouth about it and get the information incorrectly, I know our producer has made a great promo video about what's coming up with Like It or Not. Take a listen. It's going to be for us and by us.
Good morning.
Your home for hip hop and R&B.
We the best.
Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it.
Power 104.7, where old school meets new school. Like It or Not.
Okay.
bam, bam, bam,
Okay,
bam.
We'll be on Power 104.7. You guys, Twin Cities. If you didn't know, that's in Minnesota. You already know what's up. You know who's connected to us and who's connected to Minnesota. That is none other than our Georgia Fort, who has acquired the radio station, and we will be on the radio station. So when you are listening, Saturday afternoon, like it or not, will be on Power 104.7. Okay, 2 p.m. Central Time on the radio.
And shout out to Georgia Ford and the Center for Broadcast Journalism for first of all, making that channel happen in the first place. Big ups to them on acquiring the station and pushing it forward, and then for considering us.
For bringing us on.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a family thing. I feel like once everybody that we've had on our platform, because we love their work, everybody has reached out back to, no, I can't say everybody, but some great people have reached back out to us and have done the same. I think that is what this platform is about, continuously helping people out and like being a community. If we all work together, good things happen. You know, when I win, you win, we all win. And that's just where we're at with it. And so she's doing great things, Georgia Fort, and it's great to just reconnect again and get to work alongside her. For us, by us type of stuff. Like it or not, it's for us, by us, and her platform and what she's doing outside of the show that she has already, which is having season 2, what she's doing season 2 of. And so make sure you guys check out her work. It is good. I love her interviews in the car. It is good. She has some good interviewees that she has.
6 Emmy nominations.
6 Emmy nominations
for her last
which
season.
is great.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking, this is big stuff. So we are connected to some great people. We're some great people. So it's just, I just love it. I love to see it. And I can't wait to see how this grows. So make sure you check out, once again, like it or not, on Power 104.7, Saturday afternoons, 2 p.m. Central Time. All right, Twin Cities. And again, this is acquired by Georgia. 104.7, Power 104.7 is acquired by Georgia. So yep, we oh, and you said you being brand new today, Bubba. You got drops, baby. You got drops. I can't wait to hear them. So we can play them in between. Oh, I wanted to start off with this. Ben, last week we had a conversation that circled around some of the Black female rappers in the space of hip hop, and how they're how we feel like there is an over sexualization of them, where they don't have to limit themselves to just that. But somebody, now I still stand by what I said last week, 10 toes down. But somebody got us together, not me and you, but everybody who was around this conversation, because it seems like it isn't just us. And I wanted to read this. It's in the I put the message in the in our he doesn't have it. But can you send that over to David? I'm gonna read it in the meantime.
Oh, hold on.
Send this over to David. It's in our text messages.
Now, this is in regards to our video
on Sexy Red and how we just felt like maybe, it's a little bit of, there is like a game plan how the industry wants to keep our Black women just in that, just envision them in that way, over sexualized. But I'm going to read this to you. And again, I stand by what I said last week. However, this is hilarious and I feel like it's still all true, but 2 things can be true, right?
Okay.
Michael Jones, who seems like he's a Generation Zer, he says, and mind you, I'm not even 35 plus, but he said, y'all don't like, I'm 33. He said, y'all don't like Sexy Red because y'all 35 plus. That's it. That's the start and the end of it. The sooner you can accept that, that you're aging, the sooner you can stop writing think pieces about the societal condition of Black America, a condition that has been unchanging for centuries, by the way. You're not hip. You're not cool. You're paying $30 to see Bobby Brown dance at 265 pounds because of nostalgia. Y'all send me links about cruises. Y'all complain about the weather and customer service in stores. Y'all, I love a good brunch. I love a good day party on here every weekend because you can't fathom starting your night at 11 p.m. anymore. Y'all buy accessories for grills, like the grill outside, and lift weights to prevent injuries now. You do edibles because you can't handle the hangovers. You also can't be single
Girl.
This person obviously doesn't
Right.
know what an edible is. Go ahead.
You also can't be single to save your life. So again, y'all are aging. That's the issue. I'm tired of y'all talking about a little girl who ain't talking about y'all. Play Nan and listen to the words. MC Luscious, you want to go back to blues? If I yelled out slob on my knob at a party, y'all would know the response. So again, it's not worse. You're just becoming more conservative. What do you think about that?
No, I think he's wrong.
Yeah, most definitely. This is definitely one of them Gen Zers who gonna get old and realize, player, you're gonna be in the same boat. But honestly, you talking about all this stuff, y'all still, you go to the club and y'all just stand there and don't do nothing. At least when we went to the club, at least we dance. Y'all just stand there looking at this. What you gonna do to Sexy Red? I'm out of town. Only thing you do is this. That's all you can do. What else you gonna do?
Wait, the radio. Now you got to remember, James. There's a radio audience that just missed exactly
he had his
what you
hands
were
up,
doing.
and he was doing the I'll let him know. He was doing the dance that Beyonce did in Love. What's the song? Remember when Beyonce did it?
Not that one, child. It's the leg when you bend over and just shake.
Oh, that's the one that was from the for our older audience. Look, because they call us older now. The older audience, that's the dance.
Because they said we
that's
old.
the dance that Nelly, not Nelly, Ludacris did when he said bend over and touch your toes. So that joint. That
there
dance.
you go. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just need to give you guys the visual. Okay.
Here's something funny. Here's something funny about Michael, though. If you look at his picture, Michael looks about my age. Okay.
Yes, he does.
I'm 43. Michael, what are you doing in your life to make? Are you a Generation Z? Or are you pretending to be Generation Z and you my age? Because, bro, Michael, and this is the thing, yo. The life that y'all are living is wearing y'all down so fast.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
And here's the other thing. Would I pay to go see Bobby Brown and have some nostalgia?
That's what he said.
I mean, yeah, no, I guess I wouldn't, but I sure would listen. I would listen to Bobby Brown on any given day of the week. It's not about nostalgia so much as it is there has to be a point where we can say for ourselves, I think we should be able to say collectively, we can draw the line as a community somewhere. Like, I get the idea that every generation is going to get old, and then you're going to look back on what the next generation is doing, and you're going to say, oh, they're going too far. But the lyrics literally say my booty hole is brown and my blah, blah, blah is pink. Right? Sexy Red is promoting she took a viral video of 4 young boys who had stolen a car riding with choppers.
She was younger
and she
then.
shared it on her. She just did that 3 weeks ago.
I thought you were talking about her, the
one
one that made her viral originally. She did the remix to that song. That was her.
No, Rebecca, that was her with the guns.
In the car with young white men. Yes, the remix to that. That was her. I thought that's what you were talking about. I apologize, Ben.
No, but still the same principle goes, right? So we are in a war right now where white supremacy wants to define blackness and black culture as something that is degenerative, that is like, my words aren't coming to me as they used to because I'm fighting COVID, but they are really trying to make us look as though everything about blackness is something that has to be corrected, but what's hurting us even more is that we have record companies that literally invest big bucks in spreading that exact ideology, that exact look. So it's not Sexy Red. I'm sure she's a decent, good person and all those kind of things. I don't care if she is or isn't, but what is being promoted from her account, it doesn't matter if I'm 50 or 15. It's destroying y'all. Look at your picture, Michael Jones. Look at what you're going through, bro. Y'all are doing scissor ups. What is it?
No, but they're not doing scissor no more. They lacing everything with fentanyl.
Lean. I mean, y'all are dropping dead out here.
Listen, honestly speaking, I thought the post was hilarious because I felt like not him reading me, because I be at the Kim concerts, Let Us See concerts. That's where I'm at these days. I'm over there. You know, when Mableton be having the Black Series every summer, I am two-stepping like I am over there at FAMU on the Hill doing I am listening to Frankie Beverly and May. Okay, and we are listening to every after the party. Okay, that's what we doing, and I'm okay with it. And I'm also simultaneously listening to Future because that's where I am as well. I'm doing that as well. Some OG Future, Purple Sprite. That's where I am. I'm there, and I'm okay with that. However, I'm not going to be Tyler. We're not going to be too much on Generation Z. I'm not trying to knock them because I do understand.
We love
them, mean it, and I do understand. There are a lot. All of our generations have grievances with the next one, with the one before us, the next one. That's just how it is. However, I will agree. I love seeing women be confident in their sexuality and but I don't like seeing only Black women in hip hop, where the ones that are just being promoted and pushed are the ones that we are seeing right now. Like it's just over.
Yes.
Your craft can be about sex, and that's all right. Your rap game could be about sex. When you are going to an award show, you do not have to throw your vajayjay everywhere. That doesn't have to be how you promote yourself.
Right.
You can still be an artist. You can still your artistry can still focus on what you do, but you don't need to present yourself in such a way just because it's fitting the mold of how the industry sees you as a Black woman.
I think Meg Thee Stallion is the perfect example, right? So her lyrics are as raunchy as you want them to be. If you dive deep into her album, she's getting pretty edgy. But she is a lyricist and an artist. She actually has a discernible skill set as one of the baddest lyricists. I will put her up there in the game against a whole lot of people. She is equally, hey babe, my wife is listening, but she's sexier than Sexy Red. Okay, and it's not a competition, but it's not to say we're opposing Sexy Red because she's trying to present sexiness. It's not that. That's the singular. It's not even just that. If she would promote that without promoting the violence and the degenerate nature of those videos that she's sharing with kids, these boys were getting ready to be arrested or shot and killed, and she's sharing it. So I'm sorry. I just think that there is a place where we got to draw.
So speaking of that, let's jump into a story. I know that it's not going to be in order for us right now, David, but I want to actually jump into, since you talked about some of our artists not promoting guns and or anything of that sort. So one of a prominent artist we know out of the group Migos, Quavo. Quavo actually he's now an advocate against gun violence, and this is after what we know his nephew Takeoff, who was shot dead about last November, and so. Just recently, right? We know we've seen over and over the talk about gun violence. We've seen that a lot of our leaders don't want to talk about it, don't want to do anything to change it, are actually making gun laws a little bit more lenient instead of actually honing in and making it harder for people to get and obtain guns. Well, as reported by the AP, the trauma Migos the rapper Quavo suffered after witnessing his nephew Takeoff being gunned down last year is a disturbing sight, as we all seen on social media. And he doesn't want anybody else to experience it. Through his pain, Quavo found his purpose now as a vocal advocate against gun violence. He met privately with some powerful political figures, including Vice President Kamala Harris, then later spoke on a panel that day about combating the issue during the Congressional Black Caucus Legislative Conference in Washington on Wednesday. The Grammy-nominated rapper said Takeoff's untimely death in 2022 ultimately convinced him to start speaking up. He said, quote, "I feel like your calling comes at the least expected times." And this is what we're seeing now. Police say that Takeoff was an innocent bystander who was shot outside a Houston bowling alley after a disagreement over a lucrative dice game that led to gunfire. And again, this was back in November. This came following the death of Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke, P&B Rock, and Young Dolph. And that's just to name a few. And so now a lot of the music that we do here when it comes to Migos, particularly Quavo, on their one song on their album Infinity Links, which was what they just dropped right before Takeoff's death, and that was Takeoff and Quavo. They dropped Infinity Links, and I love that album. I told you I like to get beautiful. to violent music. I do hear in the songs they be talking about.
You so ratchet, girl.
They'll talk about having that thing on them.
This is Minnesota's first time getting introduced to
I
you.
know, right?
Yeah.
And we giving real Atlanta vibes. We giving heavy Atlanta vibes.
I'm just saying, like, they keep that. They'll talk about keeping that thing on them, pulling up. Making people get quiet when they pull up. People won't. And I listen to that. I know the lyrics. There's one particular song called "Come See About Me," and I like to listen to that song in particular. And I just like it. But he says that, like, "Come see about me," like, "Come see about me. We're gonna show you what's up." And even in one of the music videos right before Takeoff's death, his murder, they have guns. They're promoting guns. So it's interesting to see how, when it comes at your front door, now you become an advocate, an activist for that thing, right? Gun rights here for Quavo. But let's take a listen on this conversation with Kamala Harris here.
We're here. Long little rock. Mama.
You brought your family?
Yep, I came with Mama.
Welcome. Come on in. Come in. I know that.
I want this to change. I want my nephew's life to mean a lot to a lot of people around the world, and most definitely the culture. Especially us screaming the culture, us coming from the culture, us having a culture album, and changing the game from style to swag to jury. Now we're gonna change it from guns into laws, trying to clean it up, and I feel like I can do that. I can help that.
We got a long road, and the thing is, I just praying to God that I be here to see some of the work that we're trying to do in process.
It takes a lot of strength to do that, because I am sure there have been days you just didn't want to get out of bed. And to then be able to get out of bed and to do this work and the advocacy you're doing, that takes a lot of courage.
Yes, ma'am. My favorite superhero is Batman. He lost his parents growing up, so I feel like him trying to change the world and him trying to, like, just, I don't know, just use some type of energy from this pain, because I never even really talked about it.
Yeah, so even listening to him, like him saying that he's never really had a conversation about it, he's never had a therapist or sat down, but his way of coping and getting to this is going into stepping up and advocating for gun rights, gun laws. Because I think as a rapper as well, not only having his nephew taken away from him, and that is 1/3 of the group Migos, and having him taken away from him just after dropping a really great album, Infinity Links. That's talking about, like he said, it's far greater than the Cuban, right? We stick together forever. They had that kind of bond as uncle and nephew, but as brothers, and witnessing him just in a game of dice, getting shot down, getting murdered. And before that, we've seen other rappers the same way just get gunned down. So advocating for me, I wonder what that looks like in his lyrics, because even in a song that he's dropped, he talked a little bit about violence, and I don't see him changing that up. But even I was on Leftist Mafia, and there was we had a guest on there named Zed, and he is a guy that
Jelani
takes the week's news. I don't know if you know him, Ben or Bubba. He takes the week's news and he raps about it. And and so he was on there, and he was saying how, like, the difference between an artist, they can rap about something, but nowadays people are starting to take them as like the Bible. Like, they're gonna go out and do those things. It's no longer an artistry. It's kind of like it's moved out of that. But do you think here, and this question is for both of you guys, do you think here that he would have to change up how he raps because he is standing up for gun laws, or wanting to change gun laws and becoming an advocate for that?
I'll go first, man. I honestly think no, he wouldn't have to change up his style. I've been a Migos fan, my gosh, before they went mainstream, when they was talking about the North Side. And because we were just like, man, I just remember like going ham, like love them boys, man. Right, Rebecca, Fright Night, you know what I'm saying? it was. So I really don't think they'll have to, because we've seen. I know I've seen Quavo and Offset do some stuff where they haven't changed up their styles. If anything, that they eliminated some of the gun talk stuff. I know that's happened a good bit, and I'm glad that it has, where a lot of their rap lyrics now, they eliminated that. Of course, they're still going to talk about the money, the sex, and the cars, and that's cool. But I really think that they wouldn't have to change up their style to speak out against gun safety. I mean, let's be honest. It's something that needs to happen, and I hope more artists come forward advocating for that. You know what I'm saying? Because it needs to happen. It should have happened a long time ago. It's too many people out here getting shot and killed for no reason.
Yeah. No, I agree. Do they have to change up their lyrics? That's a tough question, because I get it. I like a little bit of violence in my music too. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't. There's a whole lot of stuff that I like that I don't share publicly because it ain't everybody's business. I like watching fight videos. There you go. I shared it. But the truth is, the truth of the matter is that there's only going to be so much change if they don't collectively try to change the violence across hip hop. Like Migos was a phenomenon, and I think they have enough juice now to push this. But without changing the lyrics, I'm just looking at I'm on a website, I'm on Wikipedia for how many hip hop artists have been killed. And you just see a drastic change, y'all. Like it used to be one a year, one every other year, but then somewhere around 2010, it started happening multiple times a year. 2013, multiple times, 15, 18. I mean, every year it increased. And so I really, we got to connect the dots. Yes, what we're rapping about is creating a generation that has no regard for life whatsoever. And we see an uptick in how many hip hop artists are being killed before they even get famous. Used to be you get killed because you were famous. Now, if you're trying to come up as a hip hop star, you stand a good chance of being killed. And every single year, we're seeing 5 or 6, 7, 8 rappers get killed. So I think they are going to have to not just change their own lyrics, but they need to lead a movement inside of hip hop to change it. And good luck with that, because that's something people have been trying to do for 50 years.
This year is the anniversary of the 50th year of hip hop, and but we've seen one of the most prominent beefs that led to the murder of 2 of our favorite rappers, Tupac and Biggie. We've seen that what that beef has led to, and we've seen a lot of threats and things like that happen. But now, like you said, Ben, it's becoming more and more prominent. It's too often that we're seeing the rappers get gunned down for whatever reason. And so I think that a lot of them, I've heard Meek Mill speak out about possibly removing some lyrics and starting to advocate, especially this is when I believe when Takeoff was shot down, a lot of the rappers started coming out online and saying maybe we should, because if this isn't stopping, maybe we should stop promoting it in our music or figuring out ways. They were trying to find ways too. Some of them are saying, yeah, I can rap about this because this was a life that I have lived. Okay, this is something that I have lived, but at the same time, like we used to know the difference. Just because the song is rapping about this, I'm not gonna go wanna and even emo songs can get a little crazy, but some people just need that song in the moment to listen to or just vibe to. But now people are taking it very, very literally, the lyrics literally, a lot of that, and it does not help. Right. I think what Quavo is doing is a good thing, because it doesn't help when our politicians and our state leaders, our national leaders are not taking it seriously. Time and time again, we're seeing these loose gun laws bring guns easier into the hands of so many people. So if they're listening to lyrics and they know where they can go get a gun tonight, it's like, okay, boom, let me go ahead and apply this lyric and go get this gun. If we start to, there has to be like areas where if we're seeing these things happen so often, what are our state leaders doing? And since they want to go ahead and present lyrics, right, as evidence in court, what else are we? Why aren't we stopping the access to guns? How free it is to get guns? And then you're allowing. There are some states that have it where, Indiana, where you can just walk outside and have your gun and just be free in the world. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I would say real quick, I know we got to go to break. The one thing that can change, even if they don't change their lyrics, this entire messy social media influencers, people like DJ Academics and all these other people who make money off the drama, right? There's an entire infrastructure of social media platforms and influencers who make a lot of money off of exploiting the drama, which actually has led to some people being killed. So if we don't strike first at the lyrics, I say we collectively strike first at all these outlets like Daily Loud, all of these outlets that just put out all of the drama that eventually leads to the violence. So I think we should get the guns. Absolutely. I think rappers should change their lyrics. Yeah. But there's a whole mess making industry out there that's also getting people killed. So let's talk about that.
Okay. Absolutely. Especially, that case that's going on here in Atlanta. That's one of the main things that they're using in this case against those people. That's all I can say at this point. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you should Google it. But they are using their rap lyrics against them. And if you listen to them, it's like sometimes some of these rappers or some of the street people, I guess, I hate saying that. Some of the street people, they put whatever they've done in their life, they put it in this music. And sometimes I just think I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know what's the point of just doing that. You're telling on yourself. You're admitting the crimes. Thank you, Roller. You're admitting what you've done, and they're going to go through and they're going to nitpick every single detail, and that's why this crap is taking so long right now, like it is.
We're gonna do right. We're gonna definitely go to a break so we can get right. Grab your tea, grab your coffee. We're gonna give you a break, you guys. It's Saturday morning here with Like It or Not. We'll be right back.
Shout out to everybody, man. I can't stand these people that I be on this show with because they have no sense. Ben said Beyonce trending right now because she about to block our stream. Now she's trending because she's performing with Megan Thee Stallion in Houston. And then I'm hearing that she's reuniting the DC5. If you don't know who DC5 is, Destiny's Child. Like everybody, LaToya, Latavia, Michelle, Kelly, and Beyonce. And I cannot wait to see it. I don't know how I'm gonna see it. I'll be watching somebody live stream. If you're in Houston and you got an extra ticket to the Beyonce concert, please let me know. I will fly my ass in town tomorrow. Okay, love y'all, mean it. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. We got more Like It or Not coming up next.
Slipping up, look how I'm living up. Police be tripping up. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry him. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is Gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the pad. Yeah, I'm so cold like yeah. I'm so dull like yeah. We gon' blow like yeah. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. Look how I'm geeking now. I'm so pretty. I'm on Gucci. I'm so pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna get it. Watch me move. This is Sally. That's a tool. Yeah. On my Kodak. Black. Ooh, know that. Yeah. Ooh, get it. Yeah. Work it. 100 bands. Contraband. I got the plug on who a hawker. Whoa. They gonna find you like Baca. Blah. Ooh, America. I just checked my following, listen. You motherfuckers owe me. Mama told me, get your money, black man. 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 Get down. Just a black man in this world. You just a buckhole, hey. You just a black man in this world. Living expensive foreign, hey.
We gonna never stop grinding. You're locked into Power 104.7, home of hip hop and R&B.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back.
Welcome back, like it or not. Oh man, I've been hungry in the morning. I've been doing a lot of cardio and my mornings have been ridiculous. Okay. The way that my stomach growls, it's beyond me. You would think I don't eat nothing. I don't eat nothing in life. But welcome back to Like It or Not, you guys. For our listening audience, welcome back. If you guys want to see us, head over to the Benjamin Dixon show page on YouTube and you guys can see how we look, because we just introducing ourselves to you guys. We got to make sure that we are on time. Okay. This is our first day on this job and we want to make sure we doing it right. There's a woman who I was just introduced to this week. There are a lot of congresswomen who are out there, Black. Can't say there are a lot, but there's more than what we've ever had. And this congresswoman, her name is Jasmine Crockett, I believe. And she introduced a bipartisan act for grant transparency, right? And that is definitely not that one. She introduced it, and I'm going to get you guys that information in a second, but she introduced this to the floor. However, I want you to see how she speaks on the floor to the people and how she plays no games. Let's take a listen to Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
I'm sure the majority of you never heard about this bipartisan amendment. You heard about all the other trash that they wanted to put on the floor that had nothing to do with keeping our country safe. What we need to do is focus in on the priorities. And the priorities aren't culture wars. That's not the priorities. The priorities are making sure that people are working and people are safe. And regardless of what the president said, and I love the president, I support him. Let me say that right now. COVID is still around. We have members that are out right now because they are sick with COVID. So for those that missed the memo, COVID does still exist, and these flexibilities allow people to not only be safe, but they also make sure that we are keeping our country safe. So thank you for what you do every day. Thank you for putting up with these questions. Thank you for fighting for a country that somehow doesn't seem like it's fighting half as hard for you and your employees. And with that, I would just ask for unanimous consent to enter into the record a statement from the Parallel Professionals, EFM, MOH, and the U.S. Department of State employee organizations for the spouses, partners of foreign service professionals who are civil servants, government contractors, and who work at U.S. missions abroad. Mr. Chairman.
That'll be entered the record. Thank you very much.
So again, that's Jasmine Crockett, and she represents Texas's 30th district. Okay, and that was on September 19th. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and Congressman Russell Fry introduced, and mind you, this is a bipartisan. So she's a Democrat, and Russell Fry is a Republican out of South Carolina. And so they introduced the Grant Transparency Act of 2023. The legislation requires government agencies to provide competitive grant applicants with more information about their selection criteria and evaluation process. As reported by the CrockettHouse.gov, it says it is not always clear to state and local applicants why they are not awarded federal grant funding, especially if they meet all of the listed criteria. So the Grant Transparency Act of 2023 will ensure that these applicants can better understand the criteria being evaluated in the application process for federal grants. She said, too often, the intricacies of the federal grant process have led to confusion about how federal grants are considered, weighed, and ultimately awarded. The result has left local and state governments and numerous organizations like those in Texas's 30th at the disadvantage in competing for federal resources to help better their community. She continued on to say, only when we clarify how the federal government decides between each applicant will there truly be an equal playing field. She said, I am proud to introduce this bipartisan Grant Transparency Act with Congressman Fry, which would require federal agencies to clarify the criteria used to win federal grants, thereby making the federal grant process fairer for all. But while she was discussing that on the floor. I guess there was a conversation that happened before, but she needed to let it be known. Listen, what I'm doing is bipartisan. This is what it looks like. While everybody else is dropping stuff on the floor that makes no sense, we really got work to do. And while I'm here, COVID ain't never went nowhere.
Come on.
COVID never went nowhere. People are sick and they're dying.
Well,
yes, like, yes. A lot of what's happening right now, our own people who work here, we can't see them because they at home. Okay, they not even at work because y'all don't want to say COVID is a thing. We're here. So while she's on the mic, she said, I'm gonna spit this, and this. But here's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about these grants because what y'all doing is allowing people not to get these grants and with no reason. So let's talk about it all. So absolutely to Jasmine. I never heard of her until this video.
Oh man, I love Jasmine. I've known her work for maybe 3 years. So I haven't known her for a long time, but yeah, she's new to Congress and she's been on fire since she's got there.
She has been. And I really like her. So immediately started following her. And look, I'm rooting for everyone Black. I am rooting for everybody Black. And so like I just like to see that she's fighting for something like this. And this is what I think bipartisanship should look like, because many a time people like to, a lot of our leaders, our national leaders, our local leaders, our state leaders, what they'll do is put something out there that is so easy, like something so small that doesn't really affect people at this particular moment, and call it bipartisanship. A lot of what we've seen President Joe Biden push campaign off of when he was campaigning was bipartisanship. And just because you rubbing shoulders with a Republican, what are we really, what's happening? What's the change? Because it's still giving division.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Bipartisanship can't be like, and I've heard you say this before, Rebecca, the bipartisanship can't be the thing, right? Just to say I did something with a Republican, it doesn't mean it's something good for us.
Yeah. Or just to say I did something with a Democrat means that I am not what you guys are calling conservatives.
That's right.
So it's like, just because you're working together, what is the bigger picture? Because me understanding, because I don't know what to me, a Grant Transparency Act is very big. And for me, I think that it hits marginalized communities the most. You fit every criteria, but you don't understand why you did not get that grant.
And I do it.
And they send you a piece of paper in the mail that says, we're sorry. It has nothing to, this is what they'll say. It has nothing to do with this.
Right.
But we just can't give it to you at this time.
They won't give you. And you know what? I want to second what you're saying. I really do appreciate her taking some of her time to point out the reason so many Congress people aren't there. It's because COVID is still real. And we still are dealing with folks who are insisting. You had a Republican candidate for president, Tim Scott, last week announced, COVID is over. Yeah, well, people are dying this week. I got infected this week. First time in 3 years. You know what I mean? Like,
I cannot believe it.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah, you know, y'all remember how like I was dodging that thing like Muhammad Ali dodging the blows with fight.
I remember when Ben first came over here to give me some equipment. Ben had the full hazmat suit on, y'all. So
I did not have the whole hazmat.
Man, this man had a whole hazmat suit on, a whole hazmat. This man walking like, hey, Bubba.
And to clarify, this was 2020, so this was at the height.
And that was before vaccine.
What we didn't know and knew.
That was before vaccine. So yeah, I probably was fully suited and booted because people were dropping dead, man. So shout out to the vaccine, because the only thing that's happened to me is I've lost my sense of smell and taste, but my family, everybody is fine. So this vaccine works. You know what I mean? Yeah. Masking works, because the people who were at that event with us who had on their, I took off my mask because I was speaking. Right. But everybody else who had on their mask that came with us, none of them got COVID. So mask work. And I appreciate Jasmine Crockett for taking the time to say that, because there's a lot of folks from Washington, D.C. who telling us it's over.
Right.
And her colleagues were not there. She said, our colleagues are not here. So if y'all want to sit here on this floor and talk about things that do not matter, they probably brought up gun laws and how they should make them more easier for people to get on the floor. And there are other things that we should be talking about right now. And if we want to work together, this is what working together looks like. But outside of this Grant Transparency Act, we're going to talk about COVID.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Mask up, folks.
And I appreciate it. Mask up.
That was not together. Me, David. Get that picture off the screen.
That is Ben, y'all. That was actually
that is literally.
And that is not Jasmine Crockett for our viewing audience. That's not Jasmine Crockett. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm grateful to hear how jovial you still are, Ben, because I know if this was 2 years ago, Ben would have been acting like he can't do anything. His life is over because this is COVID is still
Rebecca,
out. But COVID was
I don't
a scary
want you
place
to tell people
in.
how well you know me. Get your hands out my pocket.
No,
I am
but it's
doing
good
much better.
It's just look for our Detroit audience. Is that Detroit? Look, making up state.
No, that was in New York.
Minnesota,
but
Michigan.
No, wait a minute. Stop, Rebecca. I'm so tired.
All right. So
get on my nerves.
Let's move on. Because I want to make sure we hit these marks, you guys. So that was Jasmine Crockett. Now, I don't want to leave today's show because I'm going to end with some more Black news, but I don't want to leave today's show without talking about these two things. Russell Brand. I know that this has been a topic right now as far as for Russell Brand allegations of rape. I don't know if anybody has heard, and if you do know Russell Brand, we started off knowing him as a comedian, an actor, an English comedian, an actor, dated, I believe, was married to Katy Perry at one point, and then jumped into podcasting and politics. He started off being more of a progressive voice, and he went what we know a lot of the people who have mics to do. He grifted right on to the conservative side, where the money resides. He grifted right on to the conservative side. And so lately, a lot of news has been coming out on him, though, where he's been accused of rape of 4 women, sexual assault, and emotional abuse. And this is in a joint investigation. Now, so many people that we've seen this conversation. Of course, we're going to see think pieces. We're going to hear a lot of conversations surrounding Russell Brand. And this is the same Russell Brand that advocated, or I think funded our very own Dr. Cornel West when he was coming out campaigning for initially for presidency, but has removed himself from that. Just want to point that out. But this is that same Russell Brand. I don't know, but he is being accused of rape from 4 women, sexual assault, again, and emotional abuse in a new investigation.
Including a 16-year-old.
Wow.
Including a 16-year-old that he allegedly groomed. Now, let's take a look at Russell Brand's friends advocating for him in the UK on the news.
Huge story, and I'm astonished that you leapt to his defence before you can have
any
read
of his content in the last 3 years. You have
you
no idea who he is now. You have no idea what he represents.
Had you watched the Dispatches show when you put that tweet out on Saturday morning?
No, but that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
There was nothing
you hadn't even seen the Dispatches programme when you put out he is a hero. You hadn't even seen the Dispatches programme.
He would not have gained the popularity
as a woman, knowing that how difficult it is in this country.
If all of the mainstream media hadn't been singing from one non-scientific hymn sheet
and all you've done is
for the last 3
these
years,
women. Shame on you.
Then he wouldn't have the hero status.
Shame on you for attacking these women.
You've created that hero.
Shame on you for attacking these women.
Because all these people, all these newspapers that gave one side of the pandemic, he was the lone
it's now about
voice.
COVID again. Beverly Turner's other big hobby horse. She can't get through an hour without going on about COVID. This is not about COVID. This is about serious allegations about a public figure who has been accused by 4 women of 2 of rape, 1 of grooming a 16-year-old, and you're banging on about COVID.
He talks about the things that matters.
You're obsessed.
I'm telling you that the reason he is a hero to millions of people, millions who will be watching
not
this
to these
channel.
4 women.
Britain's news channel. Stopped right. That's brought to you by Great Britain's news channel. Listen, these two are of course anchors, and they're trying to have the conversation. And like I said, you'll be surprised at the people who are going to come behind to protect Russell Brand's brand. This woman is a news anchor, and she tweeted out that he was a hero after he tweeted out, and he being Russell Brand himself, saying that they are attacking him because he is a truth teller, because he is starting to uncover a lot of truths. And she tweeted out to him that he is a hero. This woman. And so this man said, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Good on
you will not sit here with me and say that this is a hero. He is accused of doing these things. And you're saying that he is a hero. And how is he your hero? And she literally continued to bring up things. And then she did what a lot of conservative folks do all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
She mentioned COVID. COVID does not remove the fact that Russell Brand was out here grooming a 16-year-old, is accused of rape, okay, sexual abuse, emotional abuse. COVID doesn't stop that allegation. It does not stop that allegation.
But you got to see though, Rebecca, that the fact that he's talking about COVID in the way that he is, let's just be clear. He's anti-vax, anti-mask. He is an enemy of the people because folks are still dying from COVID-19. He is popular because he's representing the anti-vax, anti-masking coalition of dummies that the next thing they're going to be is flat earthers. Every person who listens to Russell Brand because of COVID-19, you are as dumb as people who listen to Jimmy Dore because of COVID-19. COVID-19 is real. People are still getting sick. People are still dying. Now, that said, it's absolutely blowing me away, Rebecca, that this is a woman. I don't know. This is not new. There's always going to be women who defend rapists. There are always going to be black people who defend white supremacy. But to hear her put herself and her career and everything on the line for a man who probably wouldn't even look at her, wouldn't even support her if she was dying of COVID, he would laugh at her, right? But she's willing to put herself along with all these other people who are supporting him simply because he's denying COVID exists. That should show you how far gone society is. They will defend a rapist so long as he's anti-vax.
Yeah. And that's what that is. You see, like the media, the news media, especially in Britain, they can get a little nasty, right? And we see this even in America. But just to see the juxtaposition, we wouldn't even expect for the woman, honestly, to be a conservative. But this is what we tend to forget. She's conservative. You can tell her views are conservative. She didn't have much to go off of as to why he is a hero. She didn't give anything. She does what they all do right here in America. She goes to COVID. What that got to do? But like you said, Ben, this man but she said that he's done great things for people.
Nice.
And Zed Tabani, who was on the Leftist Mafia, he said, I'd like to think that good people do bad things, bad people do good things. It doesn't make you any less of whatever the hell you are. This man is allegedly a rapist. And we're going through the investigative parts of this. He groomed a 16-year-old. And with the evidence or with the facts, right? With the facts, he did that. Oh my goodness. Look. And for Ben Shapiro.
Yes. Come on.
For Ben Shapiro to go on his show and to say, yeah, I mean, he can be a scumbag for whatever a 16-year-old, but
it's legal.
But it's legal in Britain.
I understand. Like, sex with 16-year-olds is legal in Britain.
God, it's not just
okay. Oh,
hate that man. I can't stand that.
I almost went through the camera because I felt so bad for that 16-year-old. Yeah. I do not care. She was 16, whether it's legal or not. It seemed like he began to groom her. So that's when it was time. And he spoke to her as if she was a child because he knew, in fact.
And I wonder what people
compared
Rebecca, here's your favorite word in the chat room. Give him due process. I think people don't understand what due process means. Due process means he's legally in the court system. He is going to get his time in court to prove himself what he had. That due process is in process. Chill. Due process does not mean that we as a society have to continue to allow him in our public spaces.
Yeah. And you're right, Ben. That is my little phrase, the due process, because what happens is due process when it comes to people who don't look like Russell Brand. Listen, I want to see how this goes. I believe that Russell Brand, if this is the allegations are true, definitely should be canceled, definitely should be shut down. We are at the end of time for the radio show, but shouts out to our listening audience. We are so glad to premiere episode with you all. This is Rebecca, Bubba, and Ben. All right, on Power 104.7 every Saturday, 2 p.m. Central. We'll be right here on the radio. Bubba, give the people something to listen to.
Power to the people. Real street hip hop right here. Power 104.7.
So for our audience who is watching, you guys, hey, if you're here, thanks for sticking it through. Y'all, I know you guys enjoy it. I know our Saturday vibes are unmatched than what you get during the week. I just wanted to put that out there. The Saturday vibes are unmatched with what you get during the week with other people, okay? Except for Leftist Mafia, because I'm on that show. But I need you to know, over here is where it's at. And again, like Bubba said, if you support this show, if you love this show, listen, you want to keep us on air, we ain't going nowhere. You can definitely support by becoming a Patreon, patreon.com/like it or not, patreon.com/like it or not, because especially if you're a Patreon, you can a patron. I don't even know the word, right? Patreon. Ben, get my English together.
It's fine. I used to say Patreon too, and then somebody corrected me. It's
Patreon,
yeah.
And the people are the patrons.
Yeah. The patrons. Yeah.
Okay, so the patrons, y'all, listen. You guys get exclusive. You guys are gonna start getting exclusive stuff, and we do have a store. All right, we do have a store that we set up, and we have some things on there, and some. I saw some sweatshirts that I need to go ahead once I start getting some money and pay some bills and get me a good sweatshirt. They got mugs. I want you guys, if you guys get anything from the store, please take pictures and send it to us.
Yes,
so that
put
we
it on.
can definitely feature you on the episode.
Rebecca,
okay?
I need to get with you and Ben and David and all y'all, because like, man, we had some sayings that we said a lot over the past couple of years, but we had so much that those sayings that we used to say we need to put on the shirt, but I'm just like, it's been so long since we said half of that stuff. I'm like, I can't remember none of it.
I still say love you.
Y'all two need a Rebecca shirt. That's what y'all need.
Oh, we definitely need a Rebecca shirt.
I know people gonna wear it.
We need Matt the letter hack to draw like a country redneck version of y'all two.
That actually would be dope as hell.
Yeah.
And make sure you keep us black. I like to do a really cute Western boot.
I was thinking white. Why not put y'all?
I will not be white. Come
on, Rebecca, let's do a white counterpart of ourselves.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Would that be considered whiteface
without melanin? Yeah, it's whiteface.
I mean, but it's
they'll go out. They'll go out and say it's whiteface, and I'll just say it's Michael Jackson. Anywho, outside of that, you guys, we have a store. Grab you a cap, grab you a t-shirt, grab you something, and definitely we'll feature you on Saturday morning shows.
Are we selling our own brand of papers anyway?
Also, if you guys haven't seen or haven't heard, because I broke it actually with Letter Hack. Actually, speaking of Letter Hack, that I will be doing a show every Sunday starting on, I believe, October 8th. I believe that's a Sunday. October 8th. It's going to be called Shades of Good News. And it's going to be all good news about Black people.
Hey.
It's going to be every Sunday, okay, starting in October. And you guys are going to get just a week's breakdown featuring Black news. And it's going to be positive. Male, female, everybody in between, whatever the story is. But it's just going to be positive news stories.
That's what's up.
Of Black
That's
people,
good.
okay?
Because it's good because my funny ass is going to be funny stuff all the time.
And that's all right, because the good news can be funny. The good news could be whatever. But I know that we need a space that goes beyond, which we still have to cover.
Yeah.
Police murders,
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with protests, anything that has to do with health, all of that. But there are also good news in those places too. So I want to also focus on that so that people have somewhere to, when they're starting off their week, they're going to start off with some good news. All right. After church, if you don't go to church, it's going to be some kind of good news for you on Sunday.
What time are you going on Sunday?
Right.
You decided yet?
That will come out with my with my little commercial that I'm gonna be putting out. All
Come
right.
on,
And I'm editing it all myself. I'm doing it all myself. All of these are old videos right here, but I kept them up because those are the lives that I do from Left is Mafia. But the videos on there right now, you guys, I would love for you guys to watch them to see where I came from. And you'll see little Becca on some of like my FAMU homecoming from 2011. You guys, that's when I was walking the hills in Tallahassee, getting my first degree in journalism. And you'll see baby Becca out there on them streets. When I talk about them brews, so this is where we started. This ain't even the bottom because we was in a studio, honey.
Yeah.
This ain't even the bottom. Wow, Ben looks nothing like that. But the numbers don't lie.
Wow.
Ben looks nothing like
Ben
that.
was a little chonky little something. Look at you.
Hey, y'all, I put in the work, y'all. I put in the work. I'm gonna do one of those weight loss videos after a while because God dog. Jesus, that was
even me, baby. I did not look like a
hair.
The hair is popping.
Yeah, no, that hair is coming back. I'm actually doing that hair again. That's coming back soon.
That's the Donna Summer hair. I
Diana
love it.
Ross. Yeah,
yes.
Donna Summer. I could do it. Yeah, that Ben, you like that hair on me best. When we were on the show, he like, yeah, Rebecca, that's the hair. Okay, fine. That was a good crochet. It was cheap. Okay, it was affordable. We were
doing the best we can with what we got.
Ben.
Ben with the same
My
place
brother
that
Ben
nobody
has
knew
come
because he was
a
gonna save that
long
first.
way. Jesus.
Ben, remember, you're like, yeah, same places, different shirt. It is what it is.
Rebecca, you are gonna stop telling all of my trade secrets.
People don't know.
They knew when I went on
Yes.
MSNBC. They knew though.
This is when I started getting a little bit of coin, saving a little bit of coin. I had furs.
I'm about to say,
okay?
Not real furs though. For the
it wasn't
audience.
real. To be clear, Peter, don't come get me. And I finally was able to afford a sew-in.
Wait a minute. Are we recording? This part needs to be on the radio and video.
Okay.
Oh, man,
this is when the weight loss started.
Yes, but look at the number. No, Ben stopped wearing those fake glasses. Look at the number. Look at the numbers we were getting. We were getting millions of views in this space. Like it or not, it's not a joke. The reason why people know us is because we've been in this thing. We've been doing this thing. Our conversations have always been centered in Blackness. Even when they tried to make us focus on just white stories, we definitely revolted against the system and decided to do it our way. And that's why we're here right now with Like It or Not, the way we're doing it now. So thanks to Ben for pushing me and not throwing me to the side and allowing me to really push him to bring back Like It or Not. I'm grateful. Yeah. I'm thankful. Thank you so much.
Hey,
mean it.
I mean, I didn't do nothing.
No, with that being said, yeah, we found ourselves in that moment. Yeah. And so I love it because Ben pulled me. Look, I was gonna be done with it, but Ben pulled me to the side. I'll never forget it. He was sick of me. I used to be in that place because I was jovial. Okay, I had to be, or I was gonna literally punch myself in the face every time I got in that building. I had a really nice office. Ben had the little corner office. Really serious about life. Just nice, like, hey, how are ya? Hey, what are you eating today for lunch? He's like, girl, oh my God, bro, dang. Then I'll be in my office singing it up. Ben will be like closing. Look, Ben and the producer will be closing doors like Jesus, and I'm just all up in them. They were sick of it. Then Ben was forced to move into my office, which was like a bigger office, and I will never forget. That man turned around and said, "Do you have to watch? I was watching the reel. He's like, "Do you have to watch that? Because I think that it's better if you turn it down a little bit." So then one day he was like, "Hey, this is a better way where if you want to, let's talk about what are politics to you. That's a better way." And I was like, okay, so I need you to loosen up. You teach me politics. We talk about you just being you, because you outside of cameras is great. You on cameras is very rankable. So Rebecca, you know politics. You don't have to just regurgitate it like a journalist. You can have an actual opinion here. And I was so stuck in how I was taught. So he was teaching me how to actually understand politics outside of just a journalistic viewpoint. So
I want everybody in the chat room to know I'm in shape enough to fight every single one of y'all now. Y'all gonna leave me alone.
He's like, look, I might have lost weight, but I'll still fight.
I can run you down.
I'll still
now.
fight.
I can now that picture that's on the screen now. That's actually like 50 pounds ago. So I've actually my mother called me that week. Ben, you're looking too skinny. I'm like, I'm just getting started, mama. So anyway.
Oh God.
Ben's getting healthy. And whether or not Ben was thick Ben, smaller Ben.
I don't know if I like
Big Luther, little Luther.
But that was OG Ben. To me, that was
no.
original.
I mean the phrase thick Ben. It's just, it's not exactly my cup of tea, but I appreciate the love though.
It doesn't matter.
It sounds like it sounds like it's spelled with 2 C's at the end instead of the
like a BBL.
Like a BBL. It's giving BBL.
The BBL Ben. Okay.
Because truly though, it's like I don't like that for Ben either. Like thick Ben. Oh, like
it don't go well.
Ben. Oh,
no, but I was looking back at some of the videos and I tried it with some of the looks. I said, now why would I wear that to the people studio?
Oh,
now why would I wear that? One time I came, I did not even care. One day Ben had to text me, "You all right? You stayed home that day."
Oh.
I did not care. I came with my natural hair not done. I was like, the bun was like tilted to the side. The stories I was given it was a day.
That was a hard road. That was not a fun place.
We had to produce our own. When I say produce, like this is not, it's easier to do it this way, but then you had to search the stories, write, which is what I'm used to, structure the stories, put them in A block, B block, C block, make sure we hit each time correctly, knew what the packages would be, the 1 minute 30. We had our producer on the side and we would give him our videos. He would cut them and make sure they played correctly. We had our intern who would F up everything.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Really?
And eat boogers.
He would mess it up live.
Look, we would have I don't know what, 2,500 people watching live. Now this was back, mind you, this was early on. This is before anybody else was really streaming in this space. So we had like 2,500 people watching live and it's great. And then all of a sudden you hear Rebecca do an outtake like F, God, F it. And it's because the intern forgot to go in there and edit out.
And it would be, on the packages, not on our lives, on the packages. He would edit. The man would literally be smoking a vape.
On the plate.
Smoking a vape.
Yeah. Oh my God, the vapes.
And then next thing you know, I'm watching this when it airs because they schedule it to play. I'm at home now.
Mm-hmm.
It's playing, and I hear the producer come in from the studio. Let's do take 2. I'm like, just saying the curse words because I'm mad I didn't do the take right. And I'm cursing. And that is within.
And that's what's being broadcast to the whole audience.
That is being broadcast.
What the hell?
And we had a huge audience, a gigantic audience. But they like, oh, go Rebecca. Go, it's all right, Rebecca. And I am a professional in my craft. And y'all got me with outtakes with these. Do not take it off. Now, take it off right now. And they were like, chill, Rebecca. It's not that serious. Oh my God. This is my brand.
Wait, Becca, how long ago was that? What year was that we were doing that?
2017.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
wow.
2017.
We've been doing this for a minute.
Yes.
Oh Lord, what did David do?
He's just like, he got a time frame to go walk the dog. That motherfucker gonna go out.
Man, if you don't put that dog in the backyard and let it spin for
right.
No. I'm joking. I am so joking, audience. Please do not.
Sounds about. Well, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I knew you were gonna say that. David lives in New York. He doesn't have a backyard. But we got to make sure we get. So I'll go ahead and end it with this story. I just wanted to do an update. So I'll update with this one, and then we'll get to the last story, and we'll be done with it. To make sure that you head out to walk your dog, David. To walk your dog.
I know they say
now in Georgia.
I'm not gonna do it. No, you know how they say white folks love their dogs more than they love black people.
That's what I meant last week. Oh, it's his mom's dog.
Oh, we love her. We love that dog.
Oh, yeah, you love the dog.
We don't even. You never talked about your mom before. I would love to talk to Mama Grossman.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
I will talk to Mama Grossman one day. Because we talked to Mama Gwen.
Okay.
And we I heard we know about Ben's background, and y'all hear me talk about my mama all the time, but we never talked about Mama Grossman. So would love to see.
Shout out to all
She
the
sounds
mamas.
like shout out to all the mamas, the
mamas.
That was real black of us.
Yeah, real
That was
black.
real black of us. That was really black. Now, in Atlanta, there's always news happening and surrounding locally. So locally is for us, we'll call the home state of the show, even though all of us are pretty much from like other places.
Right.
But we'll call the home state of the show Georgia. And in Atlanta, there's a lot of things that happen. Just a few years ago, 2013, there was the murder of Kendrick Johnson, right? He was a 17-year-old high school student who was found rolled up in a wrestling mat at his high school.
Yeah.
And so Tuesday, the family was talking about taking legal recourse against the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, after a second local investigation into the death of Kendrick Johnson was officially closed with no charges or arrest nearly 10 years after his body was discovered rolled up inside of that gym mat. And they concluded that his death was a freak accident. Johnson's family continues to disagree and maintains that the high school basketball player was murdered. As previously reported, Johnson's body was found on January 11th in South Georgia. Investigators from Lowndes County Sheriff's Office said he died in an accident, saying that he fell headfirst into an upright mat and then was trapped. His body was found by school officials. And at that time, the GBI chief medical examiner said that the death was an accident. Yet, intervening, Johnson's family has maintained that he was killed, of course. And the examiner, a medical examiner, said that he was suffocated. Okay. And a second autopsy ordered by the family found that the teen had a blow to the neck.
Yeah.
Okay. So now they're going ahead and taking it into their own hands. The DOJ had eventually closed its investigation into Johnson's death. And in 2020, Polk, who was not a part of the initial local investigation, requested the federal investigators' paperwork to launch his own investigation. And he is a new investigator who's working with the family. He says that we have not had faith in Lowndes County. That was what Kendrick's father said, and said that we know what the outcome would be the outcome would be from the very beginning. So to me, the reason why I wanted to cover this story is because being rolled up in the mat cannot be by accident.
Right.
And the family has been saying this for a while, but it's so easy and something fishy is here. But because it's in a small county and because there could be relationships between whoever they know did this and police officers and medical examiners and things like that, Black people don't have an upper hand in getting justice for their child if something like this were to happen. The evidence at hand, the investigation, there are two different things being said. They keep trying to close out the case and say that nothing has happened, but this family will not rest until some justice is brought up. They had cameras in that school, but all of a sudden they don't have any information on what's going on or how this happened or how he became rolled up into a mat. Somebody who was reaching for their shoe falls and then gets rolled up into a mat.
So now let me say this, because I've DJ'd in a few gyms and I actually saw some of these mats rolled up. So I can see how you can fall in but let me tell you, this whole story, and I don't think he was rolled up in there, but if you put the shoes, let's say the mat is up top and it's rolled up because they sit up sometimes. If you put your shoes in there, you can try to reach over head first to try to get down there. I can see you getting stuck. But see, there's still more stuff that doesn't make sense with this whole story. There were people around. So if that did happen, if he did make a mistake and fall into this gym mat rolled up, then there were people around. Why didn't y'all help this man get out? That doesn't still explain the bruises on his body and on his neck. So there's still more to it. But I did want to say that I've seen these mats and I can see how it's possible for that to happen. That literally is a freak ass accident, but it's possible. unfortunately.
I'm looking at the map right now. I don't see how that would just be a possibility just like that. And it doesn't
Like,
also with
you
the
see,
unmatching.
now
Like
you see how they
in the
set
middle,
it up
like,
right
I'm
there?
looking at it.
How
Yeah. And
yeah, if you're trying to
he
crawl in there and
but
get that, yeah. But my thing is, why other
he
thing?
had trauma on his
Yeah.
neck. He had some blunt force trauma. So even if and he was found the next day, like
Oh,
rolled up in the mat, and they weren't looking for any information for real. They really wanted to say they wanted to immediately say it was an accident. And so I feel like
that
sometimes
was
here
the
what I
easy
can
way
say is
out.
that
Yes.
mhm, the Black voices, um, Black parents or anybody, the loved ones of anybody who may have been murdered, they don't really want to get you an answer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Unless the answer is going to make you look stupid, and they'll fight for that to be put out, blasted everywhere. But other than that, and by you, I mean the parents. Then when it comes to them looking crazy, the school, police department, medical examiners, they're going to make sure that they like, let's not give this too much play. We don't want to really focus
Yes,
on
true,
this right
right.
now.
Yeah.
And so and that's what I'm seeing here. And they're not really listening to the family to get them the answers that they need to actually show that this was an accident.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, this is what we got. This is it. And that's all.
Yeah.
And
And that should not be the end all tell all. There's still so much more. And like somebody just like True Dragon just said, like you can push that mat over while he was still in there. But for y'all just to say, no, that was an accident, it just seems like just because it's a Black man, y'all don't want to do more. And I'm glad that the family is going on and keeping this going, because no, that should not be the end all tell all of the story.
yeah.
Unf
Ben.
I So when I look at all of the stories that I know about specifically out of Georgia of Black people, young Black men specifically being killed by white folks, and then having the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, along with locals, actively work to cover it up. And then I see the exact same pattern in Mississippi. I see a lot of Black men dropping dead, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation actively working with local police officers. And they're not trying to protect police officers from getting arrested for killing Black people. They're actively protecting random white citizens, high school students, college students who killed Black people, and now they're getting assistance from police as well as the various bureaus of investigation named the state. I see it happening every single week, and so I look at this through the same exact lens. As a matter of fact, this is one of the first, the hallmark case that we've been following for years. This young man they've been trying to get justice for this young man in Georgia for a very long time.
Yep.
And it just shows
10
you how
years.
hard it
Almost
is.
10 years.
How hard it is for Black folks to get even an explanation of how they got killed. We can't even get a clear explanation of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and with the school's resources and things like that they had at the time, it's almost like they wanted to act like we can't really explain what happened. It's just a freak accident. And the parents need a little bit more than that, you know? So I hope that they get. I've been hearing about this story, and a lot of the details just give a pause for a cause for a pause. And so I just don't like the way that the parents are initially retreated, and how they're having to fight.
Yeah.
They're having to relive this moment a lot for the last 10 years. They've been having to relive this moment. But I hope that we get something more out of it. The parents are going to sue, and take them to court, and we're going to see how that's going to what's going to come of that. I hope it doesn't backfire on them and give them more stress. I hope they get some answers moving forward. Speaking of answers, one of our favorite uncles, right? Gospel uncles, and Ben, your gospel brother, Kirk Franklin. He found answers. He actually found his father after 50 years in a recently released documentary. Kirk Franklin, he shared the story of how he found his father as he was working on his upcoming album, Father's Day. Now, in this documentary, which we seen a clip of a week ago, Father's Day by Kirk Franklin. It's a Kirk Franklin story. I believe it's on Netflix. I don't know where that documentary
That's on
is,
YouTube.
but Okay, it's on
Yeah.
YouTube, and it showed that it showed the creative process that Kirk Franklin was going through to create the album. You know how artists do. But while he was creating the music, he discovered his daddy, and he discovered his dad was closer than he thought, right in the same area. Let's take a listen. Oh, wait, do we have a clip? A lot of people online were brought to tears and listening to the story because Kirk talks about how he was raised. He was raised by not even a true family member, but like a second, third, fourth down the line family member who decided to take him in. But he says that he had to raise himself. Yeah, he didn't have those moments where he had family dinners or friends or cousins or played outside, that he did it all alone. He says he recalls just being outside by himself, sometimes feeling abandoned because the woman that took him in was an older woman and somebody who couldn't really do much with him because she was older. But he said that pushed him to where he found Jesus. But also he said he never knew that the moment that he's at now would lead him to find his father. And again, you guys, how life works is so interesting because his daddy was just up the street from where he lived. Yeah. Now, let's take a listen in Kirk Franklin's own words.
I'm doing good.
Okay, so let me give you these results and not beat around the bush. It says the results are probable paternity 99.99999%.
Percent what?
Yes, he's your father. Right there.
What? What?
He's here.
What? What? What?
Yeah, 99.
What?
Yeah.
I have to go. Okay, I gotta go. Okay. I gotta go.
What up? What up?
Hey. Gather around, people.
The journey of life can be really messy. It's not pretty. And this is my mess. This is my beautiful, ugly mess.
So, you guys are aware of the situation. This man is my daddy. This man is my daddy. I'm gonna have to go to this guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go to this dude, man. Oh boy, so in the middle of this record, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing in the middle of the record. So, we're just gonna.
Why y'all laughing? I'm taller than Kirk.
It's 99.
I love Kirk.
99.999.
Hang on.
Percent.
Percent what?
His daddy.
Your daddy.
Listen, and no, for real, all jokes aside, I love Kirk Franklin. I've been a fan of Kirk Franklin since I was like 14 or 12 or something.
Right.
I know Kirk Franklin so well. His adopted mama, I know his adopted mama's name, Gertrude. Gertrude Franklin is the one who raised him up, and he wrote songs about her most of his life. But now him doing this,
she didn't take the news well.
No, not his biological mother. No, his
biological mother did not take the news.
Right. That's what I'm talking. Gertrude Franklin is the woman who was like twice removed that raised.
Okay,
him.
yeah.
He wrote a lot of songs about her over the years. So I'm not. This is really I get it. I dig it. This is a huge moment for him.
Very much so.
And yeah.
And you see what's funny. And it's not funny, but it sucks because, his biological mother, couldn't be there for him. And his father, he didn't know.
His father did.
So, the fact that she didn't take the news well and almost took away from his moment where he finally was able to know who his father was, he had to cut her off.
Yeah.
He had to cut her off, and he's just getting into a relationship really with the both of them.
Yeah.
And she doesn't believe that the news is true, and he did all this work in finding who his father was with no help, honestly, with not of his mom's. So he had to do it on his own, and knowing that he was just around the corner from him.
Yeah.
From where he was living, all of that, just knowing that they may have been running into each other every now and again, like, geez. But
that's a lot.
I think for him that, and so just knowing that his biological mother doesn't believe the news and, is accusing him of like it being a lie, he had to cut her off because this is honestly his moment. And to have the life that he had growing up and now coming into this while very dramatic YouTube moment, but it is his. And I couldn't imagine being in his place and finally figuring out or knowing and getting the opportunity, because some people never get that chance. Yeah. They never get that chance. So shouts out to Kirk. It's just really funny how the world works. Like, my daddy living around the corner the whole time. And I'm thinking about who my daddy is.
Yeah. That's cool.
Not knowing.
Yeah.
So
at least I'm glad that he did get a chance to meet
you
him.
Who think gospel music has gone too far.
I can't stand the man. I'm glad he did get a chance to meet him. Lately, I've been going through some things that's really got me down.
Yeah. I found my daddy, y'all.
I can't.
I found my daddy, y'all.
Rebecca.
Hallelujah. Jesus, your love is so amazing.
I've been looking for you.
Stop it. Stop it.
Father!
Why are we? Oh my God, y'all, do you realize how traumatized the three of us are to be really rolling about this? We have covered some horrible stories for us to be, and I am a fan of Kirk Franklin, but I can't help but laugh. It's a lot of drama. I have every Kirk Franklin album. I think I bought each of them at least twice. So I don't want nobody think I'm flexing them. Yeah, I love Kirk Franklin.
No, Ben, you.
But the dramatic pauses.
It's Kirk Franklin. It's been
the 99.
That's probably where you get it from, because Kirk has those. You think my pause was pregnant? Watching this thing, Kirk gave us pauses we didn't know.
What was the real thing?
You gotta understand. He hosts reality TV shows now, though. So he's given the reality TV show pause that you get before you go to commercial break and come back and find out who daddy was. That's what that was.
Listen, I seen Kirk live a couple of times, right? And it was a concert where he was right next to Yolanda Adams. And I said, they don't even look like the number 10. They look like the letter D or B.
Wait.
Depending on where he was standing.
Okay, so Kirk, actually, I got pictures with me and Kirk, and I'm proud to say that I'm taller than Kirk Franklin. So y'all imagine him standing up next to Yolanda Adams, who is, I think Yolanda's taller than the president of the United States, especially when she put the heels on.
She's tall, right?
She's tall.
She's tall, yeah.
But I've seen him, and that's when. See, now he's doing all the other moves, but that's back then he used to do the chicken head.
Rebecca.
Right now he's doing the genuine. Y'all seen him on stage doing the genuine?
He is
gyrating for Jesus. Jump on it for Jesus.
Okay. Jump on it.
Look back at it for Jesus.
Hallelujah. All right.
Booty hole brown for Jesus.
My Bible. Hey,
baby, I got the Bible open, the Songs of Solomon tonight, baby. What you want to do?
Come on, Jesus. All right. My father found my father. Okay.
I wonder if Kirk was one of them who prayed before they have sex.
I can't stand.
No, Kirk does not. Kirk doesn't.
Look, the way he
doesn't pray.
The way he was going off on his son on that video.
Oh no,
I don't know,
but
bro.
Not at all.
No, but Kirk already talked. Jump on it for Jesus. Come on, but no. But
no, the way he
Kirk
went
already
off on
talked
his
about-
son, he is not. He barely saved.
And Kirk already he was very candid about his history and his addiction to porn and how that actually was a thing for him. He talked about, listen, I used to tell my old girl, like, hey, what's up with it? What we doing? And she's just like, hey, not right now. Like, okay, no, Kirk don't pray before sex. No, not Kirk. Holy matrimony.
Kirk don't pray before church. What am I talking
Who
about?
think gospel music is gonna stop me? No, sir. You can't take my joy, devil.
I forgot he had a porn addiction. I so forgot about that. That's all right, Kirk. That's all right.
He's a person. He's a person.
Right.
He's a person who's gone through things. And Ty Tribbett, I did an interview actually with Ty Tribbett, who's also a prominent gospel singer, leader in gospel music. And I did I'll never forget, I did an interview with him when I was a baby journal over there in Tallahassee, and he told me candidly, he's like, I had to go on. This is when I learned the word sabbatical. Honestly, this is true, a true story. And he told me I had to go on a sabbatical because I stepped out and was unfaithful to my wife, and I needed to step down from the church because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do as a leader. And what I did. The spirit of what I was doing was running rampant in my church as a leader. And so he had to step down. But it was a really good, I need to find that interview. It's somewhere on the internet. Yeah. But it was just because these people are gospel leaders, I like when they're able to have accountability for what they've done, especially when it's gotten, because these scandals happened before the internet is the way the internet is right now. Because cancellation would have been done immediately if those things that they did or what they spoke about as gospel leaders was a thing, they would have been canceled. But but I like that they were able to hold themselves accountable and come back even stronger and more dramatically. But
but I really do need him to not use those those extra dramatic pauses, man.
It's so crazy.
It's just, I don't know if he's hosting Sunday's Best and getting ready to reveal who the winner is for this
and then
season.
He talks a little bit like he wants to, it's just why are you talking like that?
Like he about to go.
It's like I don't know, like right there. It's just like it's like a lot of.
It's Hollywood.
Like he is Hollywood. Yeah. Him sitting there like, baby, he Hollywood. Okay, Hollywood. Anywho, that's gospel money.
Gospel, you say gospel
that's
money.
What you can do. Daddy, look, new daddy. I need you to come up around the corner. We're gonna get you on angle 3, okay? And we're gonna get you on angle 3. I'm gonna be in the house. I'm gonna pace the floor. And I need Tammy, can you hold the camera for me? I'm gonna pace the floor, and then we're gonna have this moment. Hallelujah, in the name of Jesus. We're gonna have this moment. Love you, mean it. All right, love you, mean it. Listen, guys, we are at the end of the show. I want to make sure David gets that dog outside and walked. Okay, now if you enjoyed what you heard today, because Saturday morning is where it's at, right here on Lion, like it or not. You guys can definitely. Kirk's so fine, he gets his pauses pregnant.
Oh wow!
Kirk, he was.
You think Kirk is fine?
He got his little moments every now and again. He do.
Nah, Kirk is swole. Kirk been hitting the bricks.
It don't get fine though. It gives blessed assurance.
It don't get fine to you, Rebecca.
You don't think so?
I know. Listen, I love a man in the church. But
I mean, Kirk been hitting them bricks though. He got this.
Kirk literally can't. He does. He looks like he's like he went and got like muscle BBL. I don't know if that's a thing.
Rebecca, you are horrible.
So, he do, and then he stopped spraying the full Beijing, so he only do the hairline.
Yeah, he do now. Yeah. At one point, he used to be the full paint up. This is like everything was painted.
Yeah,
like, girl,
it be very. It's like if you hit Kirk on the top of the head, baby, it was on your whole hand. It was cocoa bean Beijing, but no. One thing about Kirk, he's gonna stay preserved. Yeah. But I love his evil twin, tethered brother.
Plies. And if that ain't his
so Plies now.
That is his tether for real.
In the name of the Holy Father. Plies.
It's Plies, baby.
They look exactly alike, but what you're saying is giving what is given though.
It's old Plies is giving something else, and he about 2 feet tall too.
Yeah,
right.
Y'all know I'm a stallion. I'm an Amazon, so it's like that'll be letter B and letter D too. Not the number 10.
David is running the credits on us, y'all.
I mean, like
David,
fast
sorry,
as hell.
David. Sorry, David. You
Not even in real time. He's speeding them up. He's using the mouse and running through the credits.
Listen, if you guys like what you see and like what you hear on today's episode, before we get kicked off, I can kick off my own show. You guys make sure you head over to patreon.com/like it or not, patreon.com/like it or not. And if we made you laugh, if we gave you a good time, be sure to tip your host and tip your DJ. All right. Becca's Voice on Cash App, DJ X3C on Cash App, DKG87 on Cash App, and BPD 2018 on Cash App. Listen, I love you guys so much. I mean,
real quick, y'all. Thank y'all so much for helping with the family, y'all. I really appreciate that. My sisters, my sister and the kids want me to tell y'all thank you, and we greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
And where can they go ahead and tap in still with that? Drop the link in the chat.
Yeah, I have to grab it and get it, but I will drop it in the chat if you can still assist. We greatly appreciate it, man. Love y'all, mean it.
All right, y'all. Listen, y'all already know what to do. Go ahead and do everything we just instructed you to do. Now, I'm getting kicked off the show. We're all getting kicked off the show. I love you guys so much. Mean it. And I'll see you guys next Saturday.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much for tuning in this morning. We hope y'all and we hope that y'all enjoyed the show as much as we did. Make sure, like Rebecca said, patreon.com/like it or not, patreon.com/like it or not. Follow, share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff, man. Next week, be on the lookout for a BBC that'll be coming back. Man, a little surprise for you. And also, like it or not, next Saturday, 10 a.m. One Saturday morning. Love y'all, mean it. Oh, your affirmations for the day. I haven't gave y'all one of these in a minute. Let me get to this. Hey. Affirmation for the day. I love making friends wherever I go. I love making friends wherever I go, which is true as hell because everybody just want to talk to me. Y'all leave me alone. Love y'all, mean it, man. Y'all enjoy the weekend. Go do something good for yourself. Love y'all. Deuces. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. 8 p.m. Friday, you know how we do. Let's go. It's time for Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. It's time for Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Let's start this damn show. Let's go.